Again, today I'm making carrot cake with cream cheese frosting. So I have everything set up, my dry ingredients and my wet ingredients. So this is my flour, 2 cups of flour. A cup and a half of white sugar and a 1/4 cup of brown sugar. Um, 1 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, cinnamon, that was ginger, cinnamon, nutmeg, ground clove, baking powder, salt. And you mix all of these ingredients together. You mix all the dry ingredients together. I'm breaking up the brown sugar because it's very clumpy. That's what it looks like. So that's done. Now, the wet ingredients. The wet ingredients is crushed pineapple, 2 cups of carrots, I put 2 cups of coconut, dry coconut, a cup of oil, a cup of raisins, three eggs, 3 eggs. I have 2 tablespoons of orange zest. Orange zest. I have some orange juice. And some pineapple juice. You have to strain off the pineapple juice. And about a teaspoon of vanilla. And you mix that well. And this is fresh squeezed orange juice. pour a little bit more orange juice in it. This is a very easy cake to make. You're not using a mixer. Everything is by hand. If you want it, you can, but it's by hand. And it takes about 45 minutes to bake. So I'm going to pour some of this filling, some of this wet ingredients into the flour. And I'm going to mix it. See? Put the rest in. And it doesn't take long to put together. Once you have everything prepped, it doesn't take long to put together at all. It smells so good. So that's how it looks. That's how it looks. So I have 2 bake pans. I want to separate them. Separate them. I'm going to give one to my sister, and one is going to stay here for us. So I'm going to spray the pan with ham baking. Ham baking. So I have crushed pineapple, raisins, carrots. If you want to put nuts into it, you can, but I don't, because usually people have allergies to nuts. So I don't. Only when they ask me, I put it in, but I usually don't put nuts in it. So I have the oven set at 350. At 350, and it's going to go into 45 minutes to an hour to make sure it's done. Well, once the sides come apart, it's done. Okay, that's done. I'm going to put it in the oven now. And it's going to rise. See that? It's going to rise. See? It's going to rise. At 350. So I'm going to wash up the dishes. I'm going to do that later. So I'm going to get my had a little spill on the floor. So I'm going to get my frosting ready. It basically is cream cheese, butter, and confectionate sugar. Get my mixer ready. A little bit of heavy cream. So you got that. Open up the cream cheese. Cream cheese has to be soft. I'd be at room temperature. Also the butter. So 2 to 8 ounces of cream cheese and a cup of butter, which is 2 sticks. And I'm using unsalted butter. So you mix these first. Make sure they're well blended together. Well blended. And put the blade on and mix. It's coming together. So you scrape down the sides. And then you put 2 cups of confectioner's sugar. I don't like it very sweet. I don't think frosting should be very, very sweet or overly sweet. And you can taste it. You can taste the frosting when you and if you wanted to sift this confectioner's sugar, you can. Get the clumps out. I could have done it with my hand, but it's going to take too long to blend everything together. You just put a little bit of heavy cream to it. And I'm going to finish off my vanilla. Put a teaspoon. See that? Just a little bit more sugar. So 2.5 cups. Two and a half cups. Okay, you add the half a cup, and then you mix. And then you add a little bit of heavy cream. I didn't make much at all. So I'm going to put this into a container and put it in the refrigerator so it can get a little hard. Because right now it's kind of runny. The butter is going to make it a little firm. And the cheesecake is in the oven. The carrot cake is in the oven. I'm thinking about cheesecake. That's what it looks like. Cream cheese frosting. So I added the vanilla, 2.5 cups of the confectionery sugar, 16 ounces of cream cheese, and a cup of unsalted butter. That's it. And that took about a half an hour. And that's it. I'm going to, it's going to take a while for the cakes to be done. And it has to cool, and I have to frost it. So I'll take a picture and post it on the website. Okay? Thanks for joining me on Baking with Ann. The cakes are ready. About to take it out of the oven. This is what it looks like when it's done. Carrot cake. It's done. It's hot. So I'm going to let it cool. I'm going to let it cool. And about 45 minutes, let it cool. And then I'm going to ice it. Cream cheese frosting. Okay, I'm back. And I'm going to frost my cakes. I'm going to leave it in these pans. Usually the cakes come out, you slice them in half, and you frost it. But I'm going to leave it in the pan and just frost the top of it. So I have my cream cheese frosting. And I'm going to frost the top of it. And it's stiffened up the way I wanted it to stiffen up. Yeah, you gotta put it in the refrigerator to get it stiff. And if you wanted the spatula to be warm for it to spread even, you can put it in some warm water or some hot water. I'm going to cut a piece. And show what the inside looks like. So you put enough frosting. And it's not a very sweet icing. I don't like it to be sweet. But the cake is also sweet. And that's one. That's one. So I had it sit here for an hour. For it to cool completely. You need an offset spatula. A small offset spatula. Yep. And if you wanted to put it in a piping bag also, you could put it in a piping bag and spread it all on the top of the cake. I'm going to get a spoon because it's having a hard time taking out with the offset spatula. So you cover it until you don't see the cake. Here we go. Cover it well. Just going to finish it off because there's not much left in the bowl. You see? I used up the whole thing. Okay. So I'm going to cut a piece of this and show you what it looks like. Okay? Put a nice size piece of the cake. Oh wow. Okay. So this is what it looks like. The whole piece did not come out, but look how it looks. Nice and moist. It's good. Very good. You understand? Mm-hmm. So that's the carrot cake. So I'm going to cover it. And one is for my sister. And one is for here. Get a paper towel. And wipe this off. Oh. And that's the carrot cake.